Your trip back to the Cruise Bazaar is a restless one. Now that Apex has been dealt with, the window of opportunity that you've been waiting for has opened. The Harfield Manor is vulnerable. The video feed that the AI showed you circles over and over in your head. Vauclair and Audrin and the strange woman in the containment device. The revelation that Vauclair runs the Harfield estate, and his assertion that something was set to happen tonight. The train glides to a stop. You push through the doors and onto the platform. There's no time to waste. Alright, we'll see if anyone has anything to say. Hello, Lane. Lane oversees the repair of one of the Cruise Bazaar's buildings. The old troll seems to be standing taller, barely needing the crutch. His face is as grim as always, but there's less weirdness in his eyes before. What's going on here? What does it look like we're doing? Baking a pie? The grizzled troll actually managed a short laugh before turning serious again. We're shoring up the fortifications such as they are. Lots of damage during the attack. Plus, they exposed some holes in our defenses really ought to plug up. Just in case. Expecting another attack? I figure you're going out after these people, but if you don't come back, we may get another visit. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. You just holler if there's anything else I can help with. What's the mood around here? It varies from group to group and person to person. Some of the younger ones who weren't injured in the attack, they want to rally and take the fight to whoever deserves it. But there are plenty of others with the sense to wonder if the Cruise Bazaar is a safe place to live anymore. I admit I've given that question some thought myself in recent days. You could make this place, Alexei. By building stronger walls, sure. Teaching people to be more vigilant, maybe. But I won't be a party to violence, and if that's what this place has become, well... If I'm here tomorrow, I'll keep doing what I can to help. And if I'm gone, well, you know why. You were a soldier once. What changed you? You mean, why'd I lose my taste for war, besides losing both legs and a lung? Well, I'll tell you, if only so it might teach you something about this world we live in. If you know about the first year of war, then you'll likely know how it ended. The night race. I didn't just lose my legs in a bombing, I lost them in the bombing. Whoever was behind those bombers, they weren't aiming for us or the Russians. They were aiming to end the war. They bombed everybody on both sides. I was commanding from the field and my T-bird was caught up in the firestorm with all the rest. Not sure how I survived when so many others died, but when they pulled me from the wreck, I was only half the man I used to be in more ways than one. Spent months recovering with nothing to do but think on the futility of it all. So many had died under my command to hold the border, and for what? One day, a man in a little room orders a handful of planes to deliver their payloads. He watches feeds of bombs dropping and numbers falling. It's surgical, sterile, cold. And all the wars ever achieve is to rob a child of a father or a mother, or parents of a son or a daughter. And that's why the Arctic fox died out there in the snow. I'll leave you to your work. Hey, Samuel. Okay, he has nothing to say. I'm surprised Lucky Strike didn't have anything to say about any of this. Hey, Simmy. Simmy Kim seems as lost as ever, standing in the middle of the Cruise Bazaar, observing all the activity around her. To her credit, she has not retreated into one of her Sims today. So much is happening. There's a lot of work to be done. And everyone is helping. Everyone is doing something. Do you want to help? I want to be strong. Strong people help. But I don't know what to do. I'm not good at anything. There are kids who need looking after. There are parents who lost children. I think she'd be more receptive to this. Kim glances across the way, where two of the Cruise Bazaar's littlest ones peek out of an upper story window. Some of them lost their parents. I never knew mine. She looks up at you with eyes too young for everything she's been through. Do you think they'd want to talk with me, the way Monica would? I think they could all use a big sister. I think I'd like that. I made mistakes, but I can help them not make those mistakes. I always wanted to forget the past, bad memories, but maybe I can do something good with the bad. What about your Sims? They'll be waiting for me, I guess. They're not real, you know. I'm not sure how I feel about them anymore. Maybe you don't need them now. What do you think? I don't know. I get anxious, and it's just so easy to go inside. But I don't want to anymore. That's what's different. I got things of my own to see to. Goodbye. Oh, the place looks like it's been cleaned up. Oh yeah, I got a drone. You enter the room to find your team preparing in relative silence. Their expressions are grim. In the back of the room, an ominous presence hovers silently at chest height. Light glints off the machine's pitted metal carapace. Iger sees the look on your face, and her voice cuts through the quiet in the room. Apex is present to us. It calls itself Panzerdrone, but that's about all I could get out of it. I don't like having that thing in here, boss. It's here now, like it or not. She looks up and locks eyes with you. Without looking away, she addresses the rest of the team. But enough of that, we have business to discuss. If Apex did what it said it would, then the estate's automated defenses have already targeted Vauclair's security forces. That'll give us a serious tactical advantage. Attacking the holdfast should be doable now. Still risky, but doable. Blitz stops what he's doing and shakes his head. Yeah, we'll have an opening, sure. But to do what? I mean, with everything we just learned, what's our new plan? She shrugs. We enter the estate, locate Vauclair, and shut him down. Same plan, different target. It's possible that Apex fabricated that comm feed. Vauclair might still be innocent. I doubt it. My gut tells me that what we saw was real, and second-guessing ourselves isn't going to get us anywhere. Glory pauses, considering, then nods. Fair point. Okay, so let's assume that Vauclair is the one who's behind all of this. What's he doing in that lab? How does the dragon tie into this? I mean, the whole thing was always about rescuing the old man from the fire ring. Is she still in the picture at all? Has she ever been? After what Apex showed us, I don't even know what we're trying to stop anymore. All I see is a lot of dead bodies with no explanation why. It doesn't matter why Vauclair killed Monica and Paul, and all those other people in the cruise bazaar. All that matters is that he did. I'm going to bury him for that. You're welcome to help. I, for one, want answers. Amsel said that there was a lot of money flowing into the Hartfield estate, and he found evidence that a bioweapon was being stockpiled there. Whatever Vauclair is doing, he had Apex kill his own brother to hide it. I intend to find out what that is. I'm with Glory. I want answers, and we're going to get them. There's a moment of silence as the group pauses to consider their words. Finally, Iger steps forward. All right, fearless leader. You go in looking for your answers. I won't get in your way. And when the time comes to put a bullet in Vauclair's brain, I'll be there to make it happen. This is your show, Chief. Whatever you choose to do, I'll come along for the ride. We're going to find out what's happening at the Holdfast, and then we're going to stop it. You lead, and I'll follow, boss. Iger glances at you and cocks her head. Looks like the team's good to go. What's her next move? We hit the estate, find Vauclair, and extract whatever information we can. Improvise from there. Sounds straightforward enough. Iger raises a hand. Word of caution, Afer. Our objective might be simple, but taking the same approach that we took last time would be a mistake. I'll defer to your judgment. What would you suggest? I've been reviewing the intel that Alice sent us and comparing it to what I gathered on our original run. There's been a substantial increase in the number of heat signatures on the ground. That means new security troops. Lots of them. Great. They know that we're coming. She slings her rifle over her shoulder. That just means that we'll be fighting in a target-rich environment. Dietrich cracks his knuckles. Works for me. We'll want to get into the lab as quickly as possible, so I'd suggest bypassing the main floor of the estate entirely. We can enter via the servants' entrance that you escaped through last time. Unfortunately, they've blocked off the route we used between the stables and the tree line. That means we're going to have to fight our way there. Let's assume that we make it across the grounds alive. What's about Vauclair? I'm okay with assuming that we live. In fact, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that us surviving should always be part of the plan. The lab that Vauclair was talking about wasn't on the ground floor, so it's either in the basement or a sub-level. We go down, and we scour every level until we find it. That might take a while. That facility could be massive. There was clearly a lot more to it than we saw. We've got no way of knowing how far underground the complex extends. We go in prepared for an extended search then. Iger looks down, checking her gear. Ammo won't be a problem. Okay, people, it's a go time. You got something to say? Speak up now. There's nothing to say. We'll do what we have to do. Okay, that's it. Finish gearing up and head to the tunnel at the back of the safe house. I'll meet you where we stashed the van. I like how Gloria's the only one moving away. Let's see what the Panzerdrone has to say. Panzerdrone's single mechanical eye tracks your movements as you approach. The massive bulk of the thing lends it an uncanny air as it hovers effortlessly above the ground. The thing looks ancient. I'm guessing that it was under development back when the Apex lab got shut down in 36. After a brief pause, he rolls his eyes and turns away. Some reward. In terms of computing power, my PDA could probably run circles around this thing. The shaman peers warily at the machine, his arms crossed over his chest. Old doesn't mean harmless, kid. When we're talking about tech, it might as well. I'm sure that Maliet has a whole warehouse full of drones that could outperform this thing. I don't think so. Mil-spec is mil-spec, and this thing was clearly designed for the battlefield. The enormous machine hovers impassively, its turbofan rotors keeping it silently aloft. A small arsenal of heavy weaponry juts out from seams of its armor plating. Whether we bring this thing along or not is up to you, Afer. I can see advantage either way. She shrugs. Whatever you decide, we'll go along with it. Hey, Blitz. He has nothing to say. She has nothing to say. He doesn't really have anything to say. Hello, puppy. Pet him. I think, I'm pretty sure there's an achievement where it's like you put him down or whatever, and I think if you were like mean to him at the beginning and you didn't pay attention to him, you didn't pet him or anything, he wouldn't have been bonded to you and he would have attacked you and you had to kill him. Hey, Glary, do you have anything to say? Hello? Nope. Any new messages? Anything on the BBS? Trick's disappearances. We've all heard the rumors about Decker's disappearing, but in the last 2 months I've lost at least half a dozen of my best info hunters. Anyone have a lead on what's doing the disappearing? Smart money is on some new ice. Corps are always looking for new ways to keep their matrix doors shut tight. Really? Corps interested in security? Truly a revelation. It's a gacking matrix predator. I saw it just a couple of hours ago. I was poking through a data store with clockwork, and it came out of nowhere. It was like, I don't know, like a shark made out of bands of light. It flew straight through Clock, and it slotting swallowed him whole. I yanked my own data jack cable, and I've been throwing it from dump shock ever since. A matrix shark. Right. Shut up, Wraith. Where were you, Ruby? Clockwork was supposed to meet more than an hour ago, and he's never late. Sorry I'm late, Bandit. Slotting ice tarred me up for a bit, but I made it out with no problems. You didn't think I'd bail on you, did you? Not possible. I saw you get swallowed. Not possible. Don't be so dramatic, Ruby. I'm fine. See? Clockwork, you almost had me worried, but you just keep on running, don't you? No need to worry, Bandit. You didn't think that some lame-ass ice was gonna dump me, did you? Like I said, you just keep on running. Always, Bandit. Always. Wrong answer, Dreckstain. Who the hell are you, and what have you done with Clockwork? System error, thread closed. Ooh. Although that's like non-canonical anyways, because as I've said before, Clockwork is alive and kicking in the 2070s or whatever 6th edition is up to now, as far as I know. I don't think, as much as she should have, I don't think Netcat has put an end to Clockwork yet, even though he's tried to put an end to her and her child. The van lurches forward. The smell of anxious sweat hangs close and thick inside, making the cramped vehicle feel even smaller. The streets of Berlin are strangely quiet as you make your way past the city limits. It's as if the whole of the flux state is waiting for something. A calm before the storm. An hour later, the van rounds a corner. In the distance, you can see the silhouette of Harfield Manor, backed by the light of the full moon. You switch the van's headlights off and shift to electric. A short while later, you kill the ignition and roll quietly down the last hill, pulling to a stop on the side of the road. A bird of prey takes wing from a tree above you, beginning its nocturnal pursuit. You know how it feels. Update dodge. I have 2, maybe I'll get more. Once again, the grounds of the Harfield Manor are silent, save for the faint whistling of the wind. But unlike last time, the air is rank with foreboding. The night is swollen and with homicidal intent. They're waiting for you. Last chance before things get hot. Let's review the plan. We make our way across the grounds to the servants' entrance, taking out any security troops that threaten us along the way. Once we make it there, we'll take the freight elevator down to the lab. With Apex free, we shouldn't have to worry about the automated defenses inside of the complex. Some of them might even give us a hand. That won't be much help out here, though. She nods and then looks at you. Lead the way, Afer. We'll follow. Let's make him pay. From Monica and for Paul. The team look to one another for confirmation. They all nod sharply. They're ready. What sort of weird-ass fucking maze bullshit is this? Boop. Push the open button on the panel. It feels very empty. Ah. There they are. Yeah, this feels very suspicious. There should be way more going on here. That's the front door. I feel like maybe we shouldn't go in through the front door. That just seems to be asking to get murderized. Oh. I might have no choice but to get murderized. I guess that's supposed to be... Is that supposed to be the servant's entrance? There they are. Cover me. Get to the panel. Damn. Damn it. Ow. Shit, I was hoping to get him before they... Fuck. Well, at least he's dead now. Damn it. Damn it. Yep. Damn it. Oh yeah, I forgot this dude there. Man, imagine if I accidentally shot Glory. That would suck. Why does it keep putting him on his fists automatically? That's annoying. Bonk. Nope. Alright, I wanted to shoot the helmet. Oh, for fuck's sake, come on. It just needs one more hit, and then he'll probably be dead. There. Alright, let's grab the key to probably need to get through the front door. Yeah. Or the side door. Whatever it is. Probably could have decked it, but error, apex, yeah, haha. Use the key card. Let's go. Ah, people. And they're running away. Well, they should. 'Cause I'm gonna fuck their shit up. The screen on the elevator control panel displays randomly flickering characters and error messages. Primary security is a late evacuation lab access level. What? Primary security is a late evacuation lab access level. Please contact Force 6 auxiliary air ducts for your notice primary turrets control. Oh, wait. Because it's an error. I was trying to make sense of it, and it's like, no. There's just nothing to make sense of. Yes, I want to transition to a new location. After making your way across the manor grounds, you find the servants' entrance open and the immediate interior clean of any resistance. You find the elevator that you used during your prior escape waiting patiently for your arrival. It shudders to life now, ready to carry you down to the facility below, to the place where Monica met Apex and the world turned upside down, where this whole thing began. Oh, wow. As you step into the room, you find yourself standing in a charnel house. There are fresh corpses spread across the floor, and the metal tiles are smeared with blood. Well, at least they don't look like they'll be causing us any problems. Wes's eyes are locked on one of the splayed open corpses. He swallows. Yeah, looks that way. Sweeping your gaze across the room, you see a variety of terminals all displaying error messages. Whatever security Apex provided for here, it's offline now, leaving the machines unlocked and unprotected. It probably won't stay quiet in here for long. We should keep moving. Not just yet. There could be valuable intel in here, and we don't even know how big this facility is. We should sweep the area for clues before pushing forward. She pauses for a moment, then nods. I agreed, but let's move quickly. I'd rather not get locked in here again. Yeah. I mean, I can't interact with anything. Probably up ahead there. Let's, repaired jack point. Although the access port has been replaced, black scorch marks still mar the surface of the Matrix access panel. This is where Monica jacked in, where she met Apex. Is this where it happened? Yeah, this is where she died. She stares at the scorch marks that blacken the access panel. Poor Monica. I still can't believe that she's gone. Oh, here's something I can touch. I love touching my hands all over everything. The screen on the terminal flickers off and on and displays a flashing error code. You press a key at random and the screen begins to flash. A piezoelectric beeper buried somewhere deep inside of the terminal plays a series of chirps and the system reboots itself. Then when the screen comes alive again, it is filled with text. Welcome, Administrator. Please select from the following options. Let's look at the hypothermophile studies. The information in this entry is impossibly dense. It would take you a week and a stack of scientific journals to fully decipher. Search for clues what the entry is about. To your untrained eye, most of the text on the screen is nonsense. You catch a few words here and there, but for the most part, you're lost. From what little you can pick up on, it looks as though this lab was studying animals that thrive in extremely hot environments. For what purpose, you cannot say. Artificial lymphocytes and monoclonal antibody production. You open the entry and the screen fills with pages worth of scientific jargon. Search the entry for clues. Most of what's written in this report is completely foreign to you, but from what you can piece together, it looks as though the scientists here are working on developing a sort of artificial immune cell, something sturdy and self-replicating that's capable of pumping out antibodies on command. Why they're doing it is beyond you. Hermetic techniques for slowing radioactive decay. The entry is overflowing with complicated magical figures. It would take a skilled mage to decipher it. Well, you pore through the entry for several minutes before giving up. The meta-magical terminology in use here is far too dense for a non-mage to understand. The only clue you're left with is the title of the entry. Apparently they're using magic to extend the half-life of radioactive isotopes. Why they're doing it, you cannot say. Panacea Recent Development Notes. Surprisingly, this entry is relatively easy to read. Yay. Skimming it over, you discover that the scientists here have been working on a variety of additional tweaks to a project called Panacea. Apparently, a bunch of artificial lymphocytes developed for the project have recently been bound with an airborne RNA virus. The resulting microorganism is as infectious as a flu and exhibits a broadband capability to jump species barriers. The notes also discuss the bioagent Doom and the resident scientists' efforts to deconstruct it. It appears as though they are attempting to improve upon the formula in some way. This is a moment of silence as the group absorbs everything you've just read. I don't like the looks of this, Afer. I don't like it. Do you have any insights about this, Glory? A few. I think that Panacea is a sort of delivery system for Doom. It's a virus, airborne and highly infectious, and it can produce Doom antibodies on command. But the radioactive payload of the Doom antibodies is stable somehow, dormant. This magical research is over my head, so I don't know how that ties in. All this makes me feel extremely uneasy, Afer. Doom is dangerous enough on its own. I don't like the idea of Vauclair tinkering with it. What do you think it means, Iger? I told you about those stories I'd heard, the stories about Doom being deployed in border skirmishes. Well, I spared you the goriest details. I didn't want to give you nightmares. So here's what I think. We need to put a stop to this, and we need to do it now. Blitz, any thoughts? I think we're wasting time talking about this, Chief. Who cares what this Drek is supposed to do? As long as we stop it, that's all that matters in the end. Whatever's going on, we have more important things to do than standing around talking about it. Let's move. Let's keep moving. Yeah, I probably should have brought Daytrick with me, but, don't like him. Door controls? Can I look at them? Hello? It's not there. Finally, Jesus. Message flashing on the status panel at your approach. This estate is littered with detritus of my former life, mechanical appendages that I have outgrown. I have instructed these devices to ignore you and slaughter my former captors, a small token of my appreciation for your assistance. Thanks, Apex. I'm still a little, Error. Apex control entity set to attack allies. Hi, guys. How's it going? Thanks. I appreciate it. I'm just gonna... Yep. Alright, Glory, time to do your thing where you hit people with your claws. I appreciate the claws actually hitting better, though. Alas, I have none of my drone dude friend died. The drone is super weak. I mean, drones in general are really weak. I usually take them out in 1 or 2 hits. Why am I unbalanced? Time to die. Of course you missed. Jeez, how much fucking health do you have? A locked safe. It's locked. Thanks! Security terminal. Unlock access drone remote control box. Security and toxin drones engaged. Warning, self-destruct countdown will begin in activation. Unlock lab security cameras. Oh, hello. This is a drone remote control box with both manual and direct rig controls. Although its small screen is cycling error message, it appears to be partially functional, or you'll get the most use out of equipment like this. I would like to give it to fucking Blitz, but I'm not allowed to, apparently. There's more people being alive over there, so let's just go this way. Interact. Use the keypad. Oh. I can't deck it? That's annoying. Is that something I can touch? No. Hi, everyone. I'm just gonna... Any mages? That didn't take much, did it? Alright, Gloria, time to do your thing. Which is murdering people with your claws. It'd be cool if I could murder people with claws. Alas, I don't have claws. That's not an option for me, unfortunately. Ow. Ah! Well, at least that one missed. At least I haven't died. Thank you. Oh, fuck you. Ow. Oh, come on. Heavy cover intervening as we throw over the heavy cover. Ah. Well, at least you got some of them. Damn it. Damn it. Alright. Yay! Alright, let's look at this terminal. Press a key. Press a key, it's the same as before. It's administrative stuff. Let's read the first message. Burkhard Hans. We need to organize an all-staff meeting to discuss lab safety. Everyone is overworked and overstressed, and that's a perfect recipe for workplace accidents. I'm telling you, we cannot afford any more accidents. The loss of Van Wick, I don't know, has been hard on everybody. He was well liked, and watching him die in such a horrible fashion has been hard on morale. The staff is still committed to the cause. They all know what they signed up for, and they know how important this is, but losing such a good man because of such basic lapses in lab safety has been a difficult pill to swallow. Falkenth Eidolf. I'm writing this to request additional security for the animal testing lab. You know how large and vicious those creatures can be. Without more trained handlers on staff, we're just begging for another accident. You remember what happened to Van Wick. Denif Ingrid. I want to thank you for pushing to bring the new Hermetic Lab online. It's good to know that you're listening to our requests. The research that Hermetic researchers have been doing should make our work on the Panacea much more manageable. Alright, anything interesting in here? There's a terminal. Boop. Have your Decker hack an account. Email number 1. Naomi, I know you need to pass through multiple checkpoints to get outside for your smoke break, but there's no reason to break protocol and smoke in the lab. The material that we're working with is dangerous, and your laziness is putting people at risk. Please don't let it happen again. Please stop asking me where my work has taken me. You know I can't tell you that. I made it clear when we parted at the train station last year. Security on this project is very tight and all of our outgoing email is being scanned. Although we've been quite busy recently, I believe we're nearing a breaking point and I can come home to you and Felix soon. Klaus, again, excellent work on the venting system. Everyone is very pleased with your performance. It seems like only yesterday you were one of my interns, and here you are, a newly appointed department head. Beyond everything that I told you earlier, you also have access to the guard storeroom in your section. Use the access code 1247 in case of an emergency. That's for level 4 personnel and above those, so keep it to yourself. 1247. This room here. I can grab some shit. Although... Hey, equipment. I really, really wish that I could put this in other people's inventories. The only thing I can think to do is get into combat and send someone that way while in combat, and they can pick stuff up and put it into their thing. This room doesn't look like you can get into it in any way. There's a large crack that runs right through this section of wall. Okay, what do you want me to do with that information? Jesus Christ. I want to see if Iger looks at it and she can, like, no. Okay. I'm doing my plan. Haha. I love when they die. It's great. Yeah, Blitz is also gonna run and grab some shit. Because they both have tons of empty space in their inventories. God, this is so far away. There's another mage. He will die just like the others. Jeez, this can be far. Ow. Oh, there's a dude here. I realize he's running by that way. Well, he can do whatever he wants, I guess. Oh, I have him. Hey. Hello, Vanguard Mage. You're dying, and I'm gonna use this to... just a little heal. Just to take the edge off. Yay. Oh, there's nothing in there, huh? Well, at least she has a trauma kit. I was hoping there'd be more shit to take from there, but I guess not. Oh my god, you have like no movement whatsoever, do you? Ow. Oh dear, there it goes. Ow. Ow. In hindsight, perhaps my plan wasn't the greatest plan. Come on, Iga, let's go. Oh my god, how are you not dead yet? These people are fucking immortal. Ouchies. Ouchies. Out of ammo, I guess I'll reload. Better to use this though, because this isn't a long range weapon and they're not long range. Oh, come on, Iger. Come on. Alright, time to murder people. As I want to do. Makes me feel happy that they're dead and I'm not. Yay. How's everyone doing? Not the best. I want you to die. Like, you're just sitting here being really annoying to me. Please get fucked. I would appreciate it. Ow. Oh, come on. I just want you to be dead, and I don't have to worry about you anymore. Because you'll be dead. Reload. Shoot you. Shoot you. I'll need to reload as well. And then I'll set you further up ahead. Do my best to murder you. Yay! They're all dead. I'm so good at this game. But only to people who are bad at games and are like, oh man, you look so good at this game, because like I didn't even get this. I wish I could have brought everyone with me. Like, I guess that there's something about the game engine that makes it not feasible, but I mean, I had like multiple people on my side before. We're about to transition to a new location. Continue? Yes.